A minimalist's houseplant bedroom tour. Welcome to my home. The interior? Only what's needed. The light? A minimalistic Scandinavian design. My wooden humidifier? Placed next to my white corner, so I guess we shall start here. I do like the act of placing all my plants into the same style of pots in a specific corner. On this shelf, I keep most of my plants in white terracotta pots, which are all self-painted. Some have a Swedish minimalistic design, others look rather rustic. I do try to limit my plant pot design to terracotta pots only, although there are exceptions every here and there. Yeah, beautiful. I do like to keep my apartment in a beige brown tone, with white accents every here and there. Some places are in order, others go wild and free. The humidifier runs usually from morning to noon, and I made sure that nearly every plant is satisfied light-wise. I do measure this with a professional light meter. If you want a full instructions, the light meter as well as the instruction video are in the description below. Now, I like to have everything as minimalistic as possible. I'm not that clean type of person, so I don't mind if sometimes things are lying around. I'm more concerned about having as less standing around regarding furniture, for instance, as possible, so I can minimize distractions and have free space in my brain and mentally for creativity and to produce content. Which I often do on this small and Swedish table whilst sitting on a Scandinavian style chair. This table is so mobile I can move it all around the apartment and more or less work from everywhere. Hey Mom. Yeah, I'm at work. I usually work with this iPad stand under my MacBook as it's back friendly by bringing you in a totally new position side-wise. I do think it's totally worth the money and one of the best gadgets I bought this year. I highly recommend it. Link is in the description. Now guys, this huge Pilea is actually from my neighbor. She grew it outside during the summer and the only care it got was shade, so no direct sun. Then rainwater, she only watered it every once a while, and that's it. And it's huge and it's beautiful, and now it's gonna stay inside over winter. And yeah, I think this is definitely a Pilea goal. In this corner, I enjoy reading a book or answering your comments either on YouTube or Facebook. Look, now. Oh, and now you gave me 2 minutes already watching the video. It would be really nice if you give me 2 more seconds to click the like button, as it helps this video and my channel more than you think. Thank you very much. For furniture, I have a dresser from IKEA, which is only tidy because I'm filming, to be honest, and a wardrobe with a few t-shirts, jackets and trousers. However, I think my girlfriend will take over the wardrobe when we move together, as it's actually too big for me. I do love that this room has no distractions and I can have lunch in it, work out and be productive. Oh, by the way, if you also wish to see other parts of my apartment, then please let me know in the comments. I'd love to make a tour through my kitchen or my studio or the bathroom as well. Waking up in the morning gives me this view. I do get to see a Rhipsalis famulosa, a Rhipsalis kibergi, as well as a philodendron houseplant. All can tolerate direct sun, although the philodendron is sometimes a little overwhelmed with the intensity the window gets. This corner gets the most sunlight, so all plants here usually grow very rapid. I'm just about to wait a new monstera leaf, and also my rub plant does really well. Now, as I realized that plants often get lost when you place them in baskets, I just decided to flip this one upside down and place the house plants on top, as it then gets highlighted. And I think especially this beautiful Alocasia sabrina or this Hoya plant or this propagated philodendron look really nice and have a special position in this apartment. I always have all my 3 watering cans filled up in the room, as I then can adjust the room temperature and the amount of chlorine is reduced as well. Further, it makes watering easier, as you always have a full watering can on hand and can water your plants whenever they need to be watered. I always give my best to cherish every single plant with a suitable pot. Hardly no plant in my apartment has to sit in a plastic pot or is neglected care and design wise. However, I also have to criticize some things in my apartment. First, I really need sources. Now look at all these plants, they don't have any sources, so every time I have to water, when I have to water them, I have to water them, for instance, over a plate like this or over a baking form to catch the excess water. And second, I really desperately need a plant for that shelf up here, so maybe you have any inspiration or any feedback which plants would suit this shelf and would look nice next to all the other plants. Hidden behind my elephant ear is a propagation wall, which is rather inactive at this time of the year due to the lack of sunlight. If you want to see it alive and watch how it was built, please watch the video here. Our bed is separated from the rest of the room by closing the curtains and can be turned into extremely atmospheric place in the evening by turning on the string of lights. And having this view in the morning lightens up my mood every single day I wake up. Now, although I do have a lot of houseplants, I like to keep everything in its order, as I like to have everything well in its place and designed very nice. And I think the biggest advantage of a minimalistic interior design is that you have less tidying up, and even if you have to tidy up, it only takes you a few minutes, as you haven't got that much lying around in general. Regarding my houseplants, I don't prefer going too fancy. Most of the plants are usual plants you find at every nursery, although it's obvious that I could die for hanging plants. I try to give every plant in the room bright indirect sunlight at least, and water usually once a week during winter. However, once a week doesn't mean that I only check once a week. I usually check on my plants nearly daily, but after a few months I just know how they react, and my motto is always, now I prefer having the soil rather too dry than too wet. And with this all said, thank you so much for watching this minimalist houseplant tour, and I hope I'll see you next week for next week's video. Please subscribe to the channel and stay healthy with Luke.